Okay. Tonight, we come together not just as a podcast, but as a community to honor the life of a young soul taken far too soon. Diamond Manley was more than a student, a son, and a friend. He was a bright light, a source of joy, and a young man with dreams and ambition that touched so many around him. His tragic passing has left a void in the hearts of his family, his friends, and all who knew him. But tonight, we are not here just to mourn. We are here to remember, to celebrate, and to find ways to heal together. Joining us is the mother of Diamond Manley, who knew and loved, who knew and loved Diamond the most, his parents. Through their voice, we hope to share his story, honor his legacy, and shed light on the importance of community, love, and healing in times of loss. As we navigate this difficult conversation, our hope is that Diamond legacy lives on, not just in memory, but in a way we support one another, uplift our youth, and work towards a future where no family has to experience such a pain. So, Diamond parents, thank you for being here, for sharing your hearts, and for allowing us the privilege of honoring your son. We are here with you, we grieve with you, and we stand with you. So,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for joining us. And I'm your host, Abe Kamara, and welcome to the Inner Circle podcast. Today is Wednesday, March 12th. We'll introduce our panelists, quick Mel, and Mel will get into things. Melvin.
Good evening, audience. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's not one of those nights that we just look at social issues or talk about politics, but tonight we are talking about the legacy, like my brother Abe has just laid out, of a young man, who have a very short time on the face of the earth. And we want to say thank you, Leonard, for just taking a point of time to come here and just talk with us and put your legacy out there like that. Thank you so much, our audience. Let's rally around Leonard and his family as the moon is done. Who was so young, left us so early. Uh, Thank you so much, and let's just have conversation. Like it said, we are here as a community, not just to celebrate and look at the good side of things. When somebody within our community is gone, we rally around the family as a community to ensure that person feel at home. So thank you guys. Let's just dive into it. Thank you, ABU, for just enabling this conversation for us to have it with Sis Leona and her family.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mel. We appreciate the strong words. Leona, man, I don't know how you even have the strength, you know, the strength and the courage to be here tonight. But first of all, we want to know how you feeling.
I am feeling well. People are asking me how I'm doing. By the grace and the help of God, I'm doing well because I know what the plans of the enemy is. So I have to be strong because I'm a minister of the gospel. So the
Mm,
more I think about this, the more I allow the enemy to play on my mind, I will begin to doubt God. And I don't want to doubt God because God has been so faithful to me and my family. So I don't want this to limit me spiritually. So I have to be strong physically and spiritually for myself and my family.
okay.
So God is helping me.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. Can you start by telling us a little bit about Diamond, who Diamond was?
Okay.
Yeah.
Diamond Manley is my first son. I've been knowing my husband over 16, 17 years. And when I met him, he told me he have a son, which is Diamond Manley. And I like, bring him, let me see him. And he brought Diamond to me. And I like, okay, this is my son. You know, when you love the man, you should love everything about. They said one of the way to a man heart is their child. So when I saw Diamond in Monrovia, Liberia, he was at the age of 7 years old when I met him, when I took him as my son.
Mm,
And I started to take care of him. My late father he didn't have much, but I was living a good life in Liberia, so I used to help my little son Diamond until God blessed me and I came to the US 2015. And I wasn't citizen, but like I said, through my prayers and other people prayers, God was able to bring my husband and Diamond over to me in less than 2 years when I came to the United States of America. So I filed in for my husband, and he said, I can't leave my son behind. So I put both of them paper together, and they were able to join me in 2018 to the United States of America.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Well, folks, tonight we are honoring Diamond, a legacy of love, resilience, and community of healing. Just have some brand new panelists join us, Miss B, Jerry, and Sam. Welcome, guys, to the show tonight. As I said, we are honoring the legacy of Diamond. So, Mel, I will start with you. Question, comment to Miss Leona.
Miss Leona, thank you so much. Again, I'm sorry. Have my deepest condolence to you and the family. I cannot imagine the pain you are going through, and I'm so sorry for your profound loss. It's so unfair that you have to experience this. We don't have control over certain things, and this is one of them. We just live with it and accept it as is, as hard as it is. That's reality of life. I thank you for just giving that little intro about Leona and all what you've done. However, I think if you are okay, it's okay to just share with us how you're coping with everything right now, just so we you know be able to know what to talk about and how we can kind of direct the conversation. If you don't mind, Sis Leona.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm doing well by the grace of God. God is my strength, and He will forever be my strength. I'm doing well by the grace of God. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Miss B.
Good evening, everyone. My condolences to you, the mom, and the family. I know the community at Champlin Park High School, and so we got the news, I believe that Sunday evening. And right away, when I saw the last name Manley, I'm like, that's a Liberian.
Yeah.
And my husband being African American, he felt Diamond was a girl. And then when I read the information for myself, it said he, and I was like, I knew it was a Liberian. We love to name our kids that name Diamond because they are like diamonds to us. We may not have a lot, but our kids are like diamonds to us. And I just want to know, as other people who have lost children and can probably sympathize with where you are right now and have probably already gone through it. It's like, what happens at that moment when you got that news? Where were you? What were you doing?
The whole thing, like I said, I have to be strong because I know it is an attack because I'm a minister of the gospel. I was in church and I led praise and worship and the anointing of God. It was just like an unusual service that day. The presence of the Lord began to flow in the service. And even when I got down from the altar, everybody was still singing that song that I was singing on the altar. And when I came down, after service, when I was driving home, and I have a living babysitter, I have twins too. So she called me and she like, you have two police to your house. And I like, what did I do wrong that I have police at my house? And she like, they said they want to talk to you. I like, okay, tell them I'm coming from church. So they told her they couldn't wait, but they left their cart with her. And immediately, because when we are in America, anytime you hear police, you know there is something. So I like sent me the picture on WhatsApp. She did send me the picture on WhatsApp. And I saw Anoka Ramsey with a case number. That triggered me more, seeing the case number. Who did I do something to, or what did I do to have a case already on fire? I like, okay, I'm coming home. So I drove home with my family. And when I came home, I called the number on the police card they gave. And he like, this is Officer I want to talk to you. Are you done, mom? I say yes. He like, we have to talk to you. I like, okay, I'm almost home. And he waited, they both waited for me. And when I got home, I put my car seat, my children, everything down. I tried to get things in order. And then right away, in less than 5 minutes, they were already in my yard. And like, we have to talk to you. So I opened the door. They came in. And then like, are you the mom of Damo? I said, yes. When last you talked to him? And I told them, like, yeah, I talked to Damon. This is the conversation I showed between them. And then like what Damon had on. And I told the clothes that he had on, how Damon looked like. And I described my son, everything. But the question they was asking me is like they knew it was Diamond. You know, they're like, does he have a hair? Does he have a tattoo? Does he have and a mark on him? They are like, yes, my son, my husband and I. My husband said he have a birthmark, the son. But before we could ask, and we like, what's going on? Why are you asking this question? And he
Mhm.
like, we found Diamond car in Ramsey, Anoka, with a dead body in the car. And
Ooh.
immediately I said, Jesus, this is not my son. And he like, oh, it's not your son. It's not your son. We just want to clarify who's in the car. That's why we are asking this question. I like, okay. And then I like, yes, my son have a hair. He have tattoo and he have a birthmark. He did a tattoo 1 year ago in his chest, a
Okay.
flower tattoo. So I get that
Okay.
out. Then he like, okay, that's all we need. Do you know anyone that drive his car? Like, yes, he gave his car to his friend sometimes, but I don't know if they took his car from him at that moment. And
Okay.
then he asked a question like, okay, do you know any of Diamond friends? I said, I know all of them. I have their number. And he said, okay, can you call to see if, anyway, friends took your car? Immediately, I called the three friends that I know that always come
Mhm.
here. And
Mhm.
immediately, less than 30 minutes, they came to the house. The guy explained what was going on. And when I called, all three of them, they were all alive. They were all sunny well. I knew immediately that was my son because these are the friends he fathered.
Mm.
So I didn't say anything. I didn't panic. The police officer left. He like, will keep you in touch.
Okay.
And in less than 30 minutes, I'm telling you, unbelievable. They couldn't give the news. They already knew from the exact description it was him. So there's a lady that called and like, is it Damo Manny mom and dad? And my husband said yes. And like, I'm sorry to say, this is Diamond body that was found in the car.
Oh.
And I'm telling you, it's like, when you, if I wish the ground was open
Mm.
for you to just fall in that ground. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I felt, I don't know. If crying could bring back Diamond, he would be back right now.
Yeah.
My husband fell on the floor. He began to cry. Like I had to console him. I was crying. Like, what went on? What happened? And they like, they didn't say anything. They're like, okay, do you want us to do a autopsy? We said yes.
Okay.
They did a autopsy now. That's when they said, oh, he was shot in his head by somebody.
Mm.
But when I got that news, I, I still cannot believe it. I told myself one day I go and see my son body laying down in the funeral home. That's the only time I will believe that's my son. It cannot be my son. But I saw his body. That's my son. That was killed by somebody that we don't know. Somebody just took him. But up to now, I pray that God heal me, my husband and I, because it's not
Okay.
an easy thing.
Okay. Sam, question for Miss Luna. Yeah.
Leodon, good evening, and thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
I can just only imagine what you feel as a father myself. Um, I can just imagine this is hard for you and the family as well. But thank you for being here to share your story with us. Um, Man, I came late too, and so I missed some of the things you said, but I'm not going to ask you about it. I'll watch later on and learn. But right now, I want to know. You actually said that the police are still investigating. Have they said anything that's given hope?
Usually they call me. So I talked to the last person on Thursday, and then Friday I talked to the lady. I talked to a guy Thursday, and then Friday I talked to a lady. So the thing about it is, when we are African, the people they delay because
Mm,
that's that white person involved. I was calling them. I literally had to call the Anoka Police Department. I like, what's going on? My son have been dead since Sunday, and nobody have even reached out to me. They're like, oh, the case was transferred from that police officer that came to you to another person. So I like, but the person haven't called me, and it was Tuesday when I called. God waited for Monday to pass. It was Tuesday, and then like somebody will call you, and all day till 4 something, nobody called me. I called 2 times on Tuesday before they're like, okay, we have some information on the autopsy was done, and he got shot in his head. I saw when he got shot, and he got shot in his head. So that was the news the police officer I talked to me gave to me. And he like, is there anything you want to know? I want to know who killed my son. What happened? And he
mm,
like, we cannot give you any information now because we are still investigating. I like, okay. And he said somebody gonna call you. So it was Tuesday, Wednesday, nobody called me. Thursday I called, and then the same thing they said. So when I talked to her, the guy, he told me there was a lady that would call you. She worked with the direct people that is doing the investigation. So she called me at 10 a.m. on Friday. And when she called me, she like, oh, I'm working with the police officer directly, but we cannot give you any information now because this case is, we don't want the victim or the person that did it to run away. We got good information. So they gave me hope that they have something good. They
okay.
gave me hope that it was able to find his cell phone and to pull the information out from the phone company.
Sure.
So they're actually working, but our people, our community, people are coming here. They just want to hear the news, what's going on,
Yeah.
and maybe when they tell me, I will go spray out. So they just want to keep it private for now until they can find the person that killed our son.
Okay. Jerry, question for Miss Leona, concern, comment. Jerry.
That's my husband, Eric,
Oh,
father of Diamond.
well,
Now,
welcome, Mr. Manley. Welcome to the Inner Circle podcast. We are so sorry for your loss. It's like the grace and the resilience and the courage you guys have to come on here. We are, it's like we don't know how to say sorry or in a Liberian term, normal. We don't know how to say that much. So it's like, but it's like we are with you. The community is with you. Everyone is with you. Know that you have the community behind you, and we can only hope and pray for you guys. So welcome. And if you want to say a few words, before we can continue, Mr. Manley. Okay. Jerry, question for the parents of Diamond.
Oh, no, this one comes with a heavy heart. I actually know both of them. We
yeah,
grew up together.
yeah.
Oh,
So I just want to say sorry. I'm so sorry for the loss. And I will try to reach out to you guys personally. And I don't have any question at this point. I just want to say I'm praying for you guys. And I hope that God can console you and give you all the strength you need during this time.
Amen. Thank you so much, sis.
well, yeah. One of the things we have heard about Diamond is like, he was a special young man. He had a way of making people smile.
Right.
It's like, what are some of the fun memories you can share with us about Diamond?
Tamo, my son, he was almost like a comedian.
Mm.
He was almost like Paul Flomo.
Mm.
He was he was a lovely kid, a kid that was willing to make everybody happy. When he gets, when you get to school, like when you in a like that bad mood,
Mm-hmm.
mommy didn't give you reset. I would call it reset. You don't have lunch, but you get to school and you got somebody who can like make you smile,
Mm.
motivate you, keep you in that mood that you'll get home and reach to your parents. He was just like, he was so sweet.
Mm.
At this point, I compare my son, like I'm like, I call him King Diamond. He's king.
Mm.
He's a king of my kingdom, the first
Okay.
king I ever had.
Okay.
The person who should represent me when I'm out there, when mommy is out there, that we don't have anybody to represent us.
Okay.
And he was willing to feel that capacity. He was willing to be there.
Okay.
But
And
only
then like
God.
yeah. And then like, he was months away from graduation, as we all know. It's like, he was a high schooler, months away from graduation. Did he
Yeah,
share any special plans or dreams, dreams with you guys, what he wanted to
he
become?
shared he shared everything with me like a daddy. He's like, here I go to church together. Mommy and the kids, the rest of the people, they go earlier, but here I goes together. He's like, Damon last playing towards me, like, Daddy, if I graduate by June, he already had his military plan. He was going to serve the army for 5 years and come back. And he told me, Daddy, I want to be a realtor. He said, Daddy, I'm going, when I graduate, I already got my trainer. I already got everything that's set for the army. When I graduate, I'm going to the army. When I come back from the army, Daddy, I want to be a realtor. Those were his plans. Those were his words towards me.
Okay.
A kid that is willing every day. Sometimes I'm not thinking when he come from where he like, Daddy, I got a new movie or I gotta take my brother and sisters to 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 the movie.
Mm, okay.
He was so cool.
Okay. Mel, question from you to the parents.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Medley. Thank you again. Thank you both for coming. I know we started here and we say a lot, but I think is grief is personal. It's a personal journey, and it's okay to feel however you need to feel right now. My question to you: I know we have a lot of people listening, and this video will kind of go around, and people will kind of listen to it later on. Is there anything specific the community can do? The Inner Cycle podcast, our community here, Liberian community in Minnesota. Is there anything specific we can do, or the community can do to help during this time of grief for you and your family?
Um, I appreciate anything at this time that I'm going through. I won't tax anybody. It just left with your heart what God lay on your heart to lay down on the rest this coming
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm not taxing anybody, but what God lay on your heart to help us to lay down on the rest. We will appreciate it, highly, but we're not taxing anybody. But
Okay.
by you guys spreading the message out there, we appreciate it. We appreciate your media today by coming to us to take the message out there. It's not the money. It's by spreading the message for justice for Diamond. We need justice for him. I got 4 other kids. A lot of us here on this platform, we have kids.
Yeah.
The student community that came to me that had a candlelight, I told them, I didn't pray for my son to die. But what happened? I accept it today. It's internal. It's a trauma for my life.
Mm,
It's a trauma for my 4-year-old kid, my 5-year-old kid, and my 3-year-old kid, and
Mm.
and my months-old kids that are coming up. Well, we should send a message out there that our kids should know their friends from the heart, not the face.
mm,
But anything the community sent to my family in this time of bereavement, I accept it.
Okay.
We
okay.
are not taxing people. We are not forcing people. But by you guys using this media to send the message over, I appreciate it. I accept it in this time of my bereavement.
Okay.
Thank,
Anything
thank,
come over, we accept it.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that. Thank you for that. I mean,
Abe, I think I have a follow-up question.
yeah.
I know you mentioned you mentioned Diamond's siblings. It must be hard on them. I know you mentioned they are kind of going through trauma. How are they dealing with this situation, knowing that they have an older brother, who was in the house, and now they can't even see him, and with all of this going around, how are they coping? I'm more concerned about the younger ones, the kids as well.
It's tough. It's hard. The only way they can cope with it right now is like in Liberian way. You and myself from back Africa, we gotta grab our grandma and to can't take them away from this kind of scene.
Mm.
So they are all of this scene right now. I had to grab my auntie to come and take them off the scene because they ask questions. Question that I cannot hold right now. Question that I have to let them go. This man bathe you, he do everything. You going to school in the morning, you're not seeing him. Daddy, where Damo? I can The last thing I ever told him, he went to the hospital. He's at the hospital. It's hard.
Let me just add up on that because we the mother, we sees, we knows everything. The day the police officer called my husband, they was right there. Like I said, we just came from church.
Yeah.
So thank God they are still little, but they are so smart. God gave me smart kids. Like my little daughter, she's 4 years old. Every morning since her brother died, she will start crying when I get her dressed in the morning for school. And I'm like, why are you crying for? Mommy, I want Diamond. It make my heart to break. I'm telling you the truth. It make my heart to break. We don't sleep at night. We may be here, but like I said, I have to be strong for myself and my family because the memories is just too much. Even when I'm wake up to pray, God will wake me up at 3 a.m. Like I said, to pray. I like, God, what can I tell you? I will start the prayer before I sleep. I slept in this couch last night. I can leave my husband in the room and come out to pray. And as soon as I started my prayer, I don't know what happened. I slept. It's not an easy thing we are going through. Our children knows because they was very close to their brother. He would change them. He would take care of them. I had twins. Like I said, one of them came home with oxygen. And when they came with oxygen, when I'm going to the church, I will leave the small one that came with oxygen. I let Damo, you have to take care of these children. And he will. And when they poop, he will send me, Mommy, I just changed and he poop. That's the kind of child he is. Even with oxygen, he was still taking care of my son. Till my son got discharged from oxygen after 1 month. He have never said no. He's not disrespectful. He had never disrespected me. No because stepmother and stepchild. That our Liberian saying, I have never ever seen that in my son. Never, ever. Nobody is paying me to do this. Or nobody I don't want to say any sweet thing because my son is there. No. People that know my son out there, they are the ones, even they are telling me more, even though I know it. But when you go out there, you will hear the good things about my child. Yes, it's not easy. My kids been asking, but to God be the glory, they will pass through this.
Okay.
Like the father said, he told them that they went to the hospital. My little daughter said, Mommy, Diamond is with the angel. I don't know who told her that. One of his friends said he was the angel. She got so many things. The kids are so smart.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to answer these kids. I pray the Holy Spirit help us how to direct them, how to redirect them when they say it on things. Because they don't act like kids. The question they are asking, why you guys coming to my house? Why this place is packed? Why so many people here? Where is my brother? They are asking questions a lot. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's how American kids are, their curiosity and things like that. So definitely. Miss B.
No, again, I just pray God to continue to give you guys strength. Just hearing you, I'm really starting to see the type of person he was and his humanitarianism. And I think that's important. That's why we wanted to invite you guys here today, because sometimes you never know who could be listening and who could be connected to what has happened to your son. And so, you know, I want you to continue to share with us his humanitarianism. And that maybe can pour on somebody's heart to provide whatever information that they may know, however they may be connected to what has happened to Diamond to cause his life to be taken. You know, I want us to continue to share who he was. That's important, right? To give him a character, for us to know his personality, because that way we can say who we're trying to get justice for.
Yeah.
Who we're trying to get justice for is very important.
Yes.
I want to remind folks about the information you were sharing about Tuesday. If you could just give us more information of, you know, how people can show up on Tuesday, if that's possible, because, you know, we love to be able to show up and support doing funerals and ceremonies. So if you guys can just give us more information about that, that'll be great.
So you just give them like the whole
So
detail.
the funeral is gonna be 3 p.m. at the Spiritual Life Church in Brooklyn Center.
Hmm.
I posted the flyer last night.
Okay.
If anyone you guys friends with me, you will see it. It's been sharing around. The funeral home is 4 minutes away from the church, so it's just a walking distance. So you just walk right there to the Billman Funeral Home in Brooklyn Center.
Hmm.
So it's 4 minutes away from the church. So it's not far. And you are welcome to wear anything. It's black and white, funeral color. The viewing of the body will start at 2. Please be on time because the American church we are going to. They are very straightforward with church. The time 2 to 3 is the viewing of the body. Anyone want to see the body, you come. After 3 o'clock, nobody is allowed to see the body. And no pictures going to be taken. That's my request for my son. So I'm going to get people there. I don't want people taking his picture because I don't like how he got killed, and I don't want people sparing. People already have said in the wrong news. I don't want. So you come and see him physically, that's fine from 2 to 3, and after 3, nobody else going to feel him again. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
everybody that watching, you are welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, that's a good one. I mean, the community is invited. Folks, if you are listening out there, you are invited. Tonight, we are discussing the legacy. We are discussing the legacy of Diamond, his resilience, and a community healing. You know, welcome to the show. You can put a comment in the chat if you have a question for the Mendy family. Please, you can call our number 817-600-1525. But just curious, you know, we are Liberians. Normally, funeral is on Saturday. Why Tuesday? Just for curiosity. Why Tuesday?
So we are trying to do Tuesday because we try to work with his school.
Oh, got it.
Dama
Got it.
was playing the band for his school, almost like we say AFL band.
Oh, okay.
He was playing the band for his school, and he was playing soccer, football, like we say, our Liberian football.
Sure.
He was playing football for his school. He was playing soccer for his school.
Okay.
So the school want to be involved.
Oh, got it.
That's why we push it to 3, because
Okay.
the student, the band community, and the principals, the faculties, all his friends that he will be graduating, he was to be graduating by June. They all want to be involved.
Okay.
So we have to work with the student community to be involved.
Okay. Thank you.
That's
Thank
why
you
we
for that.
push it to 3.
Yeah, thank you for that clarity. Thank you for that information. Obviously, as I said, right, as we said here earlier, Dama was just about to graduate. So those listening to us, you know, if you want to understand why the funeral is on Tuesday, right? Because the father just said the funeral, the school community wants to fully support him and be involved. So thank you for clarifying that. Sam, question from you.
I'm sitting here just amazed by your strength. You found so much strength in such a short period of time. And I know sometimes you just have to keep going because you have no option but to keep going, and it will hit you later on, because I've been down not on that road like you losing a child, but I've lost very close family members as well. And so you finding your strength, this early, I'm amazed by that. I know, and I don't want to keep calling you Mr. Menley. I want to be more cautious with you, brother. What's your first name?
I'm Eric,
Eric.
ERIC.
Yeah, Eric. So as it stands now, Leona mentioned that there's an active investigation wherein the police department is being very careful with how much information they gave, right? But as you sit in your own corner, do you suspect anything or anyone who, and you don't have to call any name, right? Any names, but in yourself, do you think that somebody is responsible for what happened? Do you think or it's something that you have communicated to the police already?
Um, Let me be clear to you. This is America. They have been through so many cases like this, and I don't want to be ahead of the police publicly to say anything on the media right now. But they got it. They are in charge. They are in charge.
Hmm.
But I can say to you publicly on this media, thank you for airing this message, but we're gonna get justice. And we're gonna come back on this media and tell you, say, justice is ours today. We're gonna get justice. Let us keep our finger crossed. We're gonna get justice.
Amen to that.
This is
Amen to that.
America.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. And just another follow-up question. I know Melvin asked this already, but a- aside from finance, which you definitely desperately need, I can imagine, what other resources that you would hope to have at this time for you and your family?
Let me use this time to say to your media team first, thank you for airing the message. Those that will pick up behind your media team for airing this message to help my family, we are in need right now to get my son laid down to rest.
Mm.
That's the first thing. Let him lay down to rest. Any help that anybody can give me right now to help my son lay down to rest from 9 to the 18, my family going to appreciate that. We're going to say thank you for that. In this time of our bereavement, by you guys using your media to come out to us, to send the message out there to get help, we appreciate it. But we don't want to tax people. $5, $2, $3, anything is appreciative.
Okay, can I just come in?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would like for this media or whatsoever information you guys can help with. I want to bring my son Diamond mom over for the
Mm.
funeral.
Okay.
That's one of the thing I've been talking to him about when he turned 18. I started the process. I took him to New Brighton for the passport era.
Hmm.
So to do because immediately I'm citizen, he's citizen. So we put the paperwork in. But if possible, any information you have that can help speed up the process, we started already. You can just call me after here. If you know anything, I want his mom to come over at least to see to
Mm.
see her son being buried.
Hmm.
If anybody knows anything, anyone that can really help,
Speed
I
up
will be so
paperwork.
happy. That one of my dreams as a mom that I was willing to do for him. I already started the process, but that process now is, I don't know how far we're gonna go, but if his mom can come over here, and the connection you guys have, I need the help. All I can, I need the help.
I would say tomorrow, right away, call your senator's office, Senator Klobuchar, Tina Smith office. I don't know, what city do you guys live in?
Brooklyn Park.
And we already
Okay.
spoke to the mayor already too.
So Representative Hisley, Huda Hisley, I will personally contact her tonight. If you guys can give Abraham a contact number, I will connect her with you all. Not making any promises. I think we were able to do something like this for Baway's mother to come.
That's what
Yeah, I didn't follow along on what was some of the legal support that happened, but off the top of my head, I would say, Amy Klobuchar's office, she always supports with immigration stuff. She's her office, and if I can get whatever contact information I can get tonight from folks, I would do my best to get it to you.
Okay. Yeah, that would be one of my second wish is for everyone watching and everyone here to keep us in prayer. Like I said, it's not an easy journey, but with all your prayers, because I believe in prayer, I'm a prayer person. With all the prayer, that's how God is strengthening us day by day, time by time, and we need more prayer because when everybody go, I got people in my house now. We are talking, we are smiling upstairs, but when they all leave, when me and my husband lay down in our bed, we like, he don't even sleep, I don't sleep. We don't even know what to say to each other. That's when the prayer comes in for God to strengthen our minds, our thoughts in the season. To even though we are mourning our son, but we cannot sin while mourning him. So I just want all the prayers around the world, people that keep us in prayer that we will overcome this time and we know that there is a better tomorrow for all our children out there.
Yeah.
There's a follow-up question that I have as it relates to the process of bringing his mother over. Thank you for just taking up that initiative and being the first thing to do. How was the reception when she got that message? How was that like? If you can just throw light on it. I know it's hard. Just not seeing your son for X amount of years and then getting that message saying this has happened. What was the reception like when you guys called to give such a devastating news to her?
So let me be honest to you to say I could not from our side, like old parents growing up with grandfathers and things, you don't give the message to the mother.
Mm.
You have to look for uncle, auntie, or somebody close.
Hmm.
So when I got a message, not my wife. I got the call like, we are sorry to see. After the investigators left, everything they left my house. After 30 minutes, they couldn't call my wife, so they called me. So when they called me after 30 minutes, like, we are sorry to say your son Damon was the one in the car,
Hmm.
I broke down and I called her to say it was Damon. Then the next day when I sat down, I'm like, I can't call her right now. I need to call her uncle, auntie, or somebody close to her. I cannot give this message to her directly. So I decided to call her uncle. When I call her uncle, when we got you talking, then the uncle gave her the message. After 10 minutes, she called me. She said, what happened? So I'm like, I already told your uncle what happened. She's like, no, you relate this message back to me.
Hmm.
She couldn't believe it.
She like, I don't believe it. So when I related the message back to her, she like, ah, what? She said they didn't kill him, they killed me.
That's
Oh,
different.
She got it. The person I'm talking about, my wife, I mean my son, she got 3 girls in Liberia before coming over to America with my son. It's somebody that came to me every day. I need to give her soap. I need to give her rice. I need to, because the 3 kids' father abandoned them because I was in that capacity working and helping my son in that good life. I had to help her too.
Mm.
I had to help her. This is somebody since I came to America. She called me every time she want to make business. The last call she and I ever had was like, it's hard on me. The children and pa left me they left all of them with me. I want to say cool, charcoal.
Mm.
I had to beg my wife to send her some money. Every time because I don't want to do it on my I'm married over here, so everything should be legal.
Yeah.
I don't want my wife thinking like, oh yeah, that's your son Maya. No. My wife had to send her money to do this. Everything she ever asked me for since I came over here is my wife will do it for her. Send her that same wave. I don't want my wife going to my same wave to check. Oh, you just sent your son my same wave. So I always refer everything to her. That's the kind of family I build. Christian family will go to church every Sunday. There is no
Sure.
this family. If I don't go to church one Sunday, I will not eat in her. But the
Yeah,
family I found myself
They
in.
ask you for that one.
Yeah.
Please let me serious.
yeah,
They ask you for that
no,
one.
I mean, it's sometimes in the midst of grief, as I said, right, the resilience of you guys, the courage. And as you said, I mean, Miss Leona, you mentioned earlier, it's the law, right? I can see the faith, I can see you guys' faith, shining through here. I mean, shining through this conversation. So, but man, how has the community rallied around you guys? The Liberian community, the immigrant community, the Broken Park community. How has the community rallied around you?
Um. So if you talk about the community right now, I would say to you, my best community that have rallied around me since I lost my son is my church, Power of Faith
Mm.
Ministry. That's the only community. People came around. I saw a lot of people, but like I said to you, I'm a church family. The church been with me. My family, like mother side, father side, few family members I have over here been with me. But I can say it's just my church. It's just my church.
Okay.
We invited other people. We invited the mayor. Other people came over, but for now it's just everything is my church.
Okay.
Some days I wake up, I see church member in my house, in my kitchen cooking. I ain't know how they get food money. I know how they buy their own food. It's just the church for now.
So, the question about the Liberian community, a couple of people came over and they said they were going to come back. They didn't come back. They were going to do some things. They did not do it, which I'm not going to call their name. But my church have been the backbone, and friends and family out there, those that know me. A lot of people know me, a lot of people, because I'm a very good person. I can say to this media, I'm a loving person, respectful person, and always there for people. So a lot of my friends, family, his friends and family are coming, showing hands. But like I say, a particular Liberian community coming, like some organization had called me, but I had never seen them. Oh, I will come. They haven't come yet, so they might come this week before the burial or after the burial. So, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that is sad, but in our own weak way, Psycho Podcast, we thought it wise, a young man dying so soon. So bringing guys here, we really, really appreciate the fact that you guys will accept our invitation to make sure that we can rally the community around you, right? We can rally the community around you because he was one of ours. He was our own, right? And like as I said, his soul has been taken too soon. And as a parent, for all those listening, you are parents. I mean, it's a sad, sad situation with what you guys are dealing with. We just want to say it's our own weak way, and we hope the community will rally around you, and we believe that that things will go the right way. Miss B, any question for the Manley family? Any question for the Manley family?
Again, thank you for coming on tonight and taking this time to let us know a little bit more about Diamond and, you know, the type of person he is and the man he was growing to become. And, you know, we shall all forever try to keep his legacy going as best as possible. In keeping his legacy going, are there any other ways in which you're looking for support in, around honoring Diamond beyond the funeral, one, and then two, as we are on air tonight and asking people to provide support, either financially or physically, are there places in which they can send this support? You know, what is some contact information you can provide here on this forum?
So we have the GoFundMe that have been created by my uncle, Pastor Joe. And if anybody not feel comfortable, you can send your donation to my phone number, and I can give my number if that okay with you guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Go ahead.
you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
my number, so you can just.
Go
Oh.
ahead.
Maybe do you have that number?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do. I do.
You can just post it too. Just post it. Is that connected to your Cash App or Zelle?
Yes,
Cash App.
both of them, both of
Okay.
them.
Yeah, Ab, let's post that. Let's post that
Okay.
here.
Okay. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do it. Okay. We'll post the number, and then folks will, so it's 763, right? And correct me if I go off track, right? 763-267 9942, right?
Yep, that's my number.
So 763-267-9942 for Cash App, Zelle,
Do
the
you have
Go.
the GoFundMe information too?
We don't have
No,
that link. We will.
I can send it to you.
Just to add to that, can we get the full name that will appear that is
So
connected to?
Leona, Leona, Leona Yogi, Yogei.
Thank
Is
you.
it on your page, Leoland? I think I'm
Yes,
typing
on my
correctly.
Facebook page. So just
Okay.
look it up,
Okay.
Leona Yogi Manley,
is
and
it
then you'll see it.
what was the last name? What was the last middle and last name again?
Leona Yogi Manley,
How you spell that, Yogi?
Yogei,
Yogei. Man, okay.
Manley.
Okay, folks. So again, the number is 763-267-9942. 763-267-9942 for the Cash App for Zelle. The information for the GoFundMe is going to be posted as well. We appreciate you supporting this family. It's one of our own. Uh, that the courage even for them to be here tonight. I mean, it's like just losing a son so soon. The memories are still fresh. Like, so, folks, you can put a comment in the chat. If you have a question, concern, any way you can support this family, we really, really appreciate it. It's like if you want to call our number, 817-600-1525 to contribute to the conversation. The family is grieving. There's a 1 hour show. We have a few more minutes to go on here. We don't want to keep them forever. So we'll drag it for a few more minutes and we'll let the family go. So Melvin, any
Yeah,
question? Any
yeah,
question from you?
yeah. I know, I know this is hard. But as we try to make it, just talk about the sadness of it and, talk to the family. One of the questions that come to mind, I know you guys mentioned a little bit about it, that the late Diamond, your son, was involved in his school and he happened to be a drummer and he was playing soccer that I love dearly. I know any Liberian can kind of relate to that.
That's my
He was
game.
involved in the soccer community as well. So with those key things, right? These are key things that a young man was doing in a school, being a drummer and playing soccer. So he was talented. With all of those things being said, I know the school have reached out to you guys. What are some of the things have you guys, able to hear from his friends as it relates to those activities that will seem more like, yes, our son, even though he lived a short life, but they are these things we're going to look at tomorrow. Look at tomorrow and be like, yes, Diamond had a future, but unfortunately it was taken away from him. So what are some of the things you guys been hearing from his close friends? I know Sis Leona kind of mentioned three of his friends that she called when this happened? What are some of those things that you want to share with us? For some of us that haven't really had the opportunity to see him, that we'll kind of go with tonight, or people listening can kind of go and be like, oh, that young man had these things going on.
So I was just like, we just had a candlelight. We just had a candlelight. This is when we just had a candlelight Tuesday. So from that candlelight, when I went to that candlelight, his coach was able to present a tower, like there's a logo on the tower that says Champlin Park, that he plays for Champlin High. So I got that tower right now as a logo that he plays for the school team. And then there's another logo that they have to give to me when they come for the funeral, and then the drummer that are coming to play. So those are things, there are certificates they're going to present to me later that he did all these things. Yeah. So he been a young man, play for the school team. Let me get the towel.
Okay. I just had to go get this. I have a lot of letters, which if I don't feel like sleeping, I have to just read them. This is some of the letters from his friends. I would just read one or two because of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this first person said that I'm so sorry for your loss. Damo was my best friend, not even that, but he was a brother to me. When I first met Damo our bond just clicked, like we've been knowing each other since we were kids. I cannot tell how you are feeling, but I want you to know that God has a plan and a reason for everything. Keep on fighting. Keep your faith in God. I love you with my whole heart.
Okay, let me just show this.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
Champlin High School.
Champlin Park High School. Yeah. Champlin Park High School soccer. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay, Miss Leona, second letter.
Leona, why are you finding that letter? Eric, what position did he play? Soccer. What position did he play?
He was he played like a defender, and sometimes like if like a coach want to use a defender as a striker, he was willing to fill that position. So he was playing as a defender.
I mean, what would that be? Attacking striker?
Like a defender playing like a striker to, like, you want to, as a defender, you want, when a coach uses as a striker, it's like he want to use your body and use your structure to just win that ball and get a striker past the school.
But Eric, ain't like, bro, ain't what we call utility player?
Utility player.
There you go.
When no goalkeeper, they can put you in the pool, everything.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was a good dude, man.
I will just read this last one.
Yeah.
That's when the person wrote a whole book. The person said, wow, where do I even start with Diamond? And the person he was to us, to me. Whenever I saw Diamond, he never failed to greet me. He said, hi, Emanuela. He would say, how are you? And then he would make me laugh. Then my day would be better. Oh my God. Diamond was a diamond. Honestly, I always question why he was named Diamond when I first met him. But then after knowing him, and even now, it's like, wow, now I see why he was named Diamond, because he shone without trying to. He shone without trying to. He lived like every day is a gift to cherish. I cannot express how big of a gift you guys brought to us in this world. I cannot express how our life, schools, neighbors, and community will never be the same ever again. Truly, thank you. I'm so sorry that this is how his story has ended. And the person put scripture, 2 Corinthians 4:9, Job 1:20-21, and Ecclesiastes 6:10.
Wow, that's powerful, man. That's
It
powerful.
is powerful.
That's where that's powerful.
Yeah,
It's like
that's the
that.
kind of child we
Yeah.
raised through the help of God. I can tell you that he was a
Mm,
very sweet child, a
mm,
loving, respectful, humble.
yeah.
He always there for
A
people.
church baby that waiting to take all the car seat during the snow time. He said,
Yeah.
"Dama go start my car. You know snow time when you cool."
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
"Hey, looking for somebody to go start your car. When you get remote control, he will."
Okay. Yeah. So guys, man, we are like 1 hour here.
Yeah,
Sam,
yeah,
um,
we
Sam,
got visitor
yeah,
upstairs.
yeah, Sam, Melvin. Any last question, comments? Whatever you want to say to the
Man,
family,
no,
and
no,
then we'll give
no,
the family the last word.
no
Go ahead.
questions, man. But I just want to let you guys know that we are here. This is a platform to elevate your voices. Um, and I'll keep you guys as a unit and say elevate your voice. And so anytime you want to reach out and talk to us, and anything we can do, man, that we can do in our own means and abilities, we'll be willing to support. I know you guys said that they're investigating, but if you get to a point where you think things are stalling and not moving forward, if you want us to come out, we can come out and do and help you guys protest. We can assure that we will do that. And so let us know. AB here is the president for the organization that we are part of, but we'll be willing to support in any way that we possibly can. So thank you so much. We'll be praying for you guys, and may God continue to bless and strengthen your family.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
Yeah. I see resilience, I see strength, and I see, how loving Diamond was to both his parents, his siblings, and his friends. From the letters read here tonight and things we've heard, like my brother said, we're here to support you in whichever way we could, in our weak way. I hope you get justice, and I
Yes.
hope
Yes.
you
That's
get to
what we want.
know what had happened, because
That's what
it brings some type of relief to the family just knowing what has transpired. This the kind of tragic thing that happened. So
we did
we
it.
hope that happens. We hope you guys get the information you need that will help you move forward doing this grieving thing. That hollow have been created. That gap is there. It will never be filled. It's just we can try to live with it. I want to say I'm sorry in my own way, my deepest sympathy to both of you and the family. I hope her mother is able to come. I know it's a short period of time talking about burying Tuesday. I hope she's gonna come so she can be here and see that lives move. Again, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We'll try to share this and reach out to many people we can reach out to so this can touch somebody who in the capacity to reach out there and seek justice for Diamond. Thank you again, everybody.
yeah, thank you, Mel. So, Mr. Manley, Eric, you and your wife go here tonight. What's the message you want to leave of our audience, of our listeners that have been listening to you? What's the message you guys want to leave with them? What is a legacy? What is a legacy? That you want folks to remember. How do you want folks to remember Diamond, to celebrate his legacy, to celebrate his life? What's the message you want to leave our listeners tonight?
You talk about
I just want to tell all those that are watching online tonight that let us train our children to love others.
Mm.
We can see today that Diamond Manley is burying himself with the love he had for others, the compassion. A lot of people calling me like, I don't know your son, but he used to drop my kids home. Diamond would put 6 person in his car trunk in the back, double in the seats, just to drop them home. So I want we as parents to keep our eyes on our kids too, to know the friends they are following, who they follow, because when they're in the house, they are different person. When they go out there, they are different kind of person. So we should keep our eyes on our kids in the Liberian community to know who our children are following, where they are going. We should always keep checking up on them, even they can be 18, 19, 20. Let's check up on them and let's know their locations. Let's know what they are doing. That will help cut this thing that we are doing. We are here for now. That will cut it up.
Okay.
Especially we know our children, what they are doing. They're every where they are going. Mommy, I'm going to this friend. Who is this friend? They can tell you all of that. That we should build that relationship, that bond with our children more.
Yeah. Mr. Manley, Eric, anything you want to add?
Yeah, maybe Sam and Melvin Zia, you buzzer, man.
No, I forgot you there, sir. I forgot you there, Eric.
Let me take the time to appreciate you guys for helping to send a message out there. We didn't pray to see this for my son, but I got 4 other kids that left behind. His friends. What I want to say today, I want our kids to know their friends from the heart, not the face. Your friends should be from your heart, not the face. Every one of us here, we have lived life. We seen life. I'm 40. We have seen life. So it's our responsibility to guide these children in the home, to get in the right discipline. Say you're on a child farm, but you don't know their heart when they go out there to the school. What happened outside there? When they come home, you go pick up them from the school or the bus, drop them. When they enter the house, they look good. But the friends they have out there, the school. So let us tell our children to know their friends.
Okay.
And the friends should be from the heart, not the face.
Okay.
Thank you guys for helping us to take the message out there.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Eric,
thank you so
before
much.
you,
We appreciate it.
Go ahead.
maybe
Go ahead,
one
Sam.
second, I just want to share the message that so Miss B that was on here and she had to leave, but she left a message and she's saying to you guys that the representative Haldad Hisley will be reaching out to you guys. She will try to connect you guys so you can talk more about the possibility of getting support for Damon's mother to be over here. So
Thanks so much for
yeah,
your help.
absolutely,
Okay.
man.
So
Well,
much.
thank you so much, Eric. We appreciate you coming on, folks. That concludes the end of our show tonight, and we see you guys tomorrow for another topic. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate everything you do for this community, and see you tomorrow. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Appreciate it.